What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday. It's about 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. The market opens in less than 24 hours. Where I am, we are about to get a foot of snow. And I wanted to jump on and make this video and just talk a little bit about where I see GameStop and AMC going this week. What are the catalysts that are going to be behind it? I do have this big theory in my mind that I don't see a lot of other people talking about. So we're going to go over that. And then I also want to talk to you guys about I got a lot of people reaching out to me saying, "Hey Jeff, you've always been a fundamental investor. Okay, my portfolio was down a good chunk last week. What am I doing? Am I adding any more to it? Am I getting some of these stocks on sale? And where I could potentially see the market overall going over the next couple weeks." So first off, let's talk about GameStop, guys, and AMC as a point. So on Thursday and Friday, which I should say, this blew up. You saw Wall Street Bets. They had millions of new people joining onto their Reddit. Some people that are very new investors. Some people have never invested in before. But over this weekend, I mean, I've even seen people setting up billboards. Over this weekend, I went to a restaurant. I've heard people talking about GameStop and AMC, and it just seems like it is really, really penetrated outside of the normal retail investor, outside of the guys on Reddit, on YouTube that are always following these little things, and it's just really gone abroad. I mean, my mom, who doesn't even invest in stocks, I'd heard about it. So couple catalysts that I see for this upcoming week is going to be a lot more buying. I see probably AMC being having a little bit more money go into it for the reason of the fact that it's the price point. Okay, I know brokerages, all of them are different, but brokerages are saying you cannot buy partial shares. And let's say GameStop opens up at 325, what it closed at. There's a lot of people that don't even have 325 to invest. So that 1350 price point that AMC is at is going to be much more desirable for a lot of those early investors and so forth. But like I said, it's going to be the buying power that is going to continue on the very short term over the next couple of days, continue to push these stocks up. Okay. If you look at this article, it says, and it's hard to tell what's true, guys, because you don't know if the news, the media is just saying, oh, they've covered their shorts. So, the retail investor ends up selling and then they're okay. But it shows that Melvin Capital, Citadel, and Point 72, they had closed out its short position on GameStop on Tuesday afternoon. A part of me believes that it's true. Maybe they did at least close a portion of it. Maybe they closed their initial shorts and they took out new shorts. If you look at the short interest, this came out on the 27th as well. It's still over 100% float, so that's no problem for us. Okay, or for anybody invested in this, I should say, sorry. But it did decrease a little bit. So I do see potentially that some of the shorts were covered, okay, but it's not. When people talk about, oh, the squeeze is happening, or has the squeeze already happened? If anything, I would say the squeeze is happening to it hasn't happened yet, okay? They're going to try to push this off as much as they can. They're not just going to fork over billions of dollars and take the L and walk away, okay? They're borrowing money from other institutions. They're paying interest on it. They're doing whatever they can to be able to take the least amount of loss as possible, okay? Let's take a look at AMC at this point. Like I said, it's at 1350, guys. Here's where I see this stock specifically going this week, okay? So there's a couple different things. One, you have a lot of individuals that either they haven't invested before, they're just setting up the brokerage accounts and so forth. And so what I've learned is that if I take $1,000 and put it over to TD Ameritrade, it says I have $1,000 available. But in reality, those funds have not cleared yet. And I'm really investing, trading, whatever you want to call it, on margin. Okay. And I know Merrill Lynch and TD Ameritrade have both said there's no margin. It's a 100% requirement, which there's no margin allowed for AMC, BlackBerry, and GME. So it's going to take a couple days for those to close. What I also see is a lot of people are getting away from Robinhood. Okay. So whether they're being able to transfer it over, I know that there was a $75 fee to some of them, but let's just say they're transferring their money out if they can out quickly, and they're setting up a new brokerage account with Fidelity, Merrill, whatever of them out there. It's going to take a little bit of time for those funds to close. And I don't know if all these brokerages are going to let them be able to do it on margin. So that's where I can see it's not only just Monday kind of trending up from all the action that happened over the weekend, but continually Tuesday and Wednesday. All of the shorts that shorted the stock up until, the 29th, they have time to cover their losses on that. It's at a 1346 price point. I don't see that being a massive loss for them. It's not like they, it's $40 like on GameStop. It was a $40 target and it's at 350. I mean, that's a much more higher percentage loss. Okay, I also look at AMC and see that it's ran up 525% versus 1700% on GameStop. So there's a lot more room to run on this. Lastly, guys, I want to talk about, this is what I get all the time, is Jeff, I've always been a fundamental investor. Like, what are you doing? And I'm not going to lie, guys, I was down about 8% on my portfolio last week alone. We had 4 out of 5 red days. I believe the Dow was down a little over 3.5% in just that weekend. I definitely, from everything I read, my gut feeling and what I see all over the internet is this is not going to just go away that quickly. A lot of these hedge funds and investment firms are going to have to pull money out of other stocks to be able to cover some of their losses, move money around. You're watching the volatility be absolutely crazy, and that also just builds fear in the market from not only institutions but retail guys as well. So I could see the market continuing to go. People talk about a 10% pullback. If you look, I believe we hit a high of 31,272. We're not even at that 10% back. I could see it going even further. Unfortunately, the other reason why I would say I was so far down on my portfolio last week was because Apple and Tesla are 2 huge holdings for me, and they just kind of crashed after earnings, which is to be expected. We know it's going to come back around, but I haven't really made a decision on exactly what I'm going to do with my portfolio. I don't have much left over in cash. I had invested a lot into it. And in order for me to kind of move some money around from my business account, it's going to take a little bit of time. I feel like everything's taking longer. So I really don't have an answer of exactly what I'm going to do. Like I said, I don't have the funds to be able to just immediately start buying some of these dips. If you do, remember that this will correct. I don't see it being, it might be green tomorrow. It might be green on the week, but I definitely see this being dragged out for a couple weeks. Okay. If the squeeze does happen, and the reason why I say if is because we've just seen so much when it comes to like the political, on the political presidential election side, to now this with what Robinhood did and market manipulation and just manipulation between the top select few, that we have no idea what's going to happen. And I hate it because everything, fundamentally is lined up for the little guys like us, the 25% of investors. Okay. But I don't know what's going to happen. And it's just going to be a matter of time. I think it's going to be a couple weeks out. So that's it for this video, guys. I will keep you guys posted. Please, leave a like and subscribe, join the journey, become a part of the family. I'm going to keep you guys posted on all the moves that I'm making and so forth. And that's it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you in the next one.